places out there that we don't even know about?
Oh, there's many, many things. I mean, I travel I just took a trip. Of course, you know what I do with my political hour, where I travel down the Salton Sea, and I had to go down to El Centro the other night. But all around the Salton Sea, it's very, very beautiful. I enjoy that drive going down across the Salton Sea down to the Imperial County. It's fun.
Is it?
It's very, very pretty. There's vineyards all along on the right side, and a lot of people just don't know the desert region area. So sure, Bev, I'll come back and share that with you.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of fun. And also talking about the plants, because we started talking about Mommy's Day for a few seconds.
Yes.
And I mentioned to start thinking outside the box. A lot of people go and buy cut flowers. 3 days later, they're gone. Forget about it. Go out and buy the plants. Yeah, and let the children and the family plant the plants for the mommy or your grandma or something. Now, with the plants that we have up here, because your temp is a whole lot hotter than ours.
Very, very much. But I want to share something with you, because when Mother's Day comes around, I have a favorite spot, and I'm sorry I can't name the place today, but I'll get back to you on that. But I'll travel all the way up to Yucca and go clear out to Landers. And out at Landers, it's like driving halfway to Vegas. They have this incredible orchid farm.
Really?
Beautiful. And you wander in the greenhouses of these orchids. I mean, it's very, very large. It's full commercial of these orchids. Beautiful colors. Beautiful orchids I'd never seen before in my life. All different colors. And when I think of Mother's Day, I just always want to say I'd like to have an orchid from the orchid farm up at Landers.
Well, then you ought to tell your other half about that.
Yes.
I think we got to put a bug in his ear.
That's right.
Maybe I'll make a phone call.
That's right.
I will be your bug.
Maybe I'll try to get up there and get one and bring it into your show to show you how beautiful these orchids are.
Oh, that would be
pretty. They grow them in the high desert, yes.
Uh-huh. And talking about that, too, now what kind of shops do you have in your neck of the woods? Because we're always up here. When I and the ladies have a chance and we go down to Palm Springs, there's, certain little shops that we have, but I haven't actually been all the way into your neck of the woods.
That's
snooping
why I'm
around.
here, Beth. I guess I better be coming back and giving you the tour down Palm Canyon Drive, because we have a lot of different shops, and the small businesses in Palm Springs, I do give them credit, pat them on the back. The Chamber of Commerce in our area is dynamic. They're wonderful. They're very supportive of all the small businesses, and yes, it is a resort town. I will say that, but I can find pretty much anything I need right there in Palm Springs, and of course, we branch out. We'll go on down Highway 111 to Palm Desert, where the malls are, and Paseo del Norte, where the little miniature rodeo drive, as we call it, out in the desert, where all the nice stores are, our Saks, etc., that are there. But the neat thing about Palm Springs is the mayor currently of Palm Springs, Steve Punier, he's been working on this for the last 2 years, maybe 3, where they're trying to rebuild this downtown area with a beautiful mall. So I'm anxiously waiting to find out what these new shops are going to be in this area that used to be the old mall. And when I say old mall, it has to do with the former time of when my aunt and uncle were alive, and that's where Saks Fifth Avenue used to be in Palm Springs, and then it sort of died down, and then all this moved down valley to Palm Desert and the La Quinta area, and so now they're trying to revitalize that downtown of Palm Springs. I'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, do that, because when I first got into this neck of the woods, it was way back in '82.
Right.
That's how long I've been in this neck of the woods. And first thing, of course, we had to go and see Palm Springs, because we used from up north, upstate, and in Connecticut, you see it on television. It looks so glamorous, right? So once we finally got settled, that was the first outing that I and my 2 children went on. And they did have Saks right there.
There you go.
And I said, holy Toledo. They got Saks. We got so excited.
Right.
And my daughter says, well, where's Macy's?
Well, Macy's we have. It's at the Palm
Yeah,
Desert
but down
Mall.
there, it wasn't there. And I said, it's still up in New York where it belongs. She says, well, can we go back? And I said, we would. So,
yeah. There was a little bit of chatter that Nordstrom's was going to come in, and I was really looking forward. I really do like the Nordstrom stores. And, we're plugging people right now. But the funny thing is, when I was down in El Centro the other night, I knew that Dillard's was there. Now, Dillard's is a store similar to like Macy's, and basically they're the same company, I think. And I did some shopping, bought a new dress, a new pair of shoes at Dillard's, and clear down in El Centro, California.
And that store is fantastic.
Yes, it is. And that store is actually a very nice store, because it's a 2-level store. But I wish there were more Dillard's all over. But if we could even get a Nordstrom's out in the desert, that'd be great. So that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting to find out what the stores are going to be they put in this new fashion mall in downtown Palm Springs.
And one of my favorite places down there, you're going to crack up. Yes, we're going to talk about Starbucks, everybody. Right there on the main drag, they have Starbucks down there. And when my girlfriend Karen and Mary Ann used to live here before they moved out of state, us three ladies would get together every other month and go down, and we would spend 2 days, and we'd go to the spa and do the shopping, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and we used to stop into that Starbucks and sit there, and what I loved about it, well, we all did, it's right there on the main drag. You can sit out there on the table, and you can people watch. And some of them people, I'm going, are you kidding me? And one time, Richard and I, a while back, we went down there for the farmer's market.
Yes.
It's 155 degrees outside,
Close,
but
120.
Yeah, and people are out there shopping. And these ladies who are walking around with their French poodles, I kid you, so you see this all the time. I kid you not, guys. They had bling bling on their French poodles.
Yes, we have a lot of pet shops downtown. They're glamorous, and they should have had little booties on if it was that hot.
They did.
They need to have the booties on the little dogs when they're out like that. But no, we have a lot of fun. I mean, the natives have some favorites. Some of my favorites are Sherman's on the mountain, and we have there's a lot of them. There's Copley's. There's all kinds. I mean, I could give you a whole list of the ones that I go to quite frequently.
Well, I seriously think after
Spencer's on the mountain. I mean to correct myself because it's Sherman's Deli, which is my favorite. Because they have a great cabbage soup, wonderful cabbage soup there.
Oh, yes.
And then I go up to Spencer's, but I love to go up to Spencer's because their outdoor patio area, they have the little white twinkly lights, and it's just a great place to gather with your friends.
And going back to the deli, how about that corned beef sandwich?
They're great.
Mountain high, like we get back in New York. I mean, they don't skimp on the food. Oh, the food is so good.
That's right.
Yes.
One of my favorite local places I go. Yes.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm thinking there's going to be a road trip coming here pretty soon that we're going to have to drive down there and meet you, and we're going to have to go on snoop attacks down there.
We can because there's a lot of new restaurants, a lot of new businesses that are constantly growing. Riverside County is the fastest growing county in the state of California. And of course,
it is.
Going clear, moving back towards the east, and it's very and I'm telling you right now, be prepared for the Coachella area and the Indio area. They've really the town development people, sharp-looking buildings they're building, and they're really changing the entire look of the towns.
And we have to go down there now, Eric. We have to? Okay. Yeah, I was just checking on the time here. We get it talking about shopping and food. We get so excited we lose about time.
And I'll let you finish your show out, but had I known about this, I would have told you because we just had Fashion Week out there. Now we're getting ready to go into what's called Restaurant Week.
We're going to have to get together after the show and talk about this.
I have a very good friend of mine that has these tickets where she has these free tickets to take me to Restaurant Week.
Let's talk. You can sit there. You don't have to jump, And, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Sue, thank you for sitting in. And her and I are going to get together and go down and snoop in Palm Springs, see what we can find. Eric, thank you for everything that you did. And Robert, our politician, our politicky guy, yay, is right there, And then also he will be on Up Pretty Next. Up Pretty Next. Good English here, guys. The New York's coming back. And I'd like to thank everybody that called in. Shawn, Debbie, Richard, Diane, thank you for calling in. Next week we'll get back with you, tell you the whole end of the story about the headdress ball. Christina, I know you're busy, but we will see you tomorrow. And if you need more information, you can call us at 909-797-8291. Again, that number is 909-797-8291. Have a very, very good weekend.
And remember to stay tuned for Robert Cardoza Live, where he talks about politics, money, and you coming up next here on the station that leaves no listener behind, AM 1050 KCAA. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, he didn't like the way I say it. Okay. And Sue, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we got to get together afterwards.
We will.
Okay. That's it, guys. Be safe, be happy, and talk to you next week. Same time, same station. KCAA 1050, the station that leaves no listener behind. Ciao.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
From
NBC Radio News is KCAA News Talk 1050, the Inland Talk Express.